Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Arlene Diamco, integrative physician, pediatrician, and cranial osteopath. And I'm so glad to be back for my podcast, The Multidimensional MD. As you probably know, my mission is to help bring the intuitive spirit back to medicine in practical and tangible ways so that we can access deeper healing and experience more peace, love, and joy in our everyday lives. And I've been saying that for years now, and I just love the many different iterations in which that has come to fruition and continues to unfold. Today, I'm dedicating this episode to talking about the gathering of the eagles. And I invite you to this calling. This was originally started by Dr. Gladys McGarry. And she is considered the mother of holistic medicine. And this first gathering was envisioned by her in 2009, igniting a movement that continues to reshape the landscape of healing. And this was in response to President Obama's request to find a way to heal the medical care system, something that we, of course, are continuing to address today because we've come so far, but we have so much further to go. And she also saw the gathering as a platform to support healers while providing a safe space to explore innovative approaches to medicine and wellness. So, what began as her vision has blossomed into this global village of healers, each dedicated to advancing her work of living medicine, a philosophy where life and love serve as the cornerstone. This approach transcends traditional medical boundaries to embrace the fullness of human potential and create a healthcare system that honors the humanity of both doctors and patients. And so we invite you to honor her legacy together and really dive into what it means to practice and live living medicine. And this event is going to be in Scottsdale, Arizona, September 26th through 28th. And it's remarkable because we've had so much support and so many donations come through that the cost of the event has been kept down. And we have multiple scholarships available for medical students and medical residents to attend this event. So if you are one of those and are interested in holistic health, or if you know someone that would qualify and would like to see if they can have one of these scholarships, then please let me know and I will connect you with who to contact to apply for the scholarship. We are really looking forward to gathering with other leaders and future leaders. And this really, to me, is also about this sovereignty of being, because eagles signify both freedom, that flight, protection and nurturing, and this great vision. They have far visions. They can see from far, far away. And so when you have all of that come together, and they're also known for their wisdom and light. So you can imagine if you bring a whole group of beings together with an expanded vision, with wisdom, light, and this purpose to nurture, protect, to expand the light and to create freedom for all, and with this mission of looking at health and medicine, that this is a significant gathering. And it's the first one since Dr. Gladys McGarry crossed over last fall. And if you are not familiar with Dr. Gladys McGarry, she was a pioneer throughout her whole life. Her parents and her whole family worked with Gandhi, and she lived to nearly 104 years old, and she never stopped working or teaching, even in her last year. She embodied her belief that age was just a number that did not have a stop sign. So at 85, she traveled to rural Afghanistan to teach safer birthing practices to the village women. At 102, she wrote her book, Well-Lived Life, The Well-Lived Life. And she, I thought it was 100 videos, but I'm looking here. She conducted more than 250 interviews during the last 2 years of her life before she passed 103 in 10 months. There was there was no stopping her. And to really get to know her, I mean, she has so many accolades, but I do want to go over a handful for you because we all have this within us, this light and this opportunity and potential to be not like Gladys, but be ourselves, to be our own sovereign beings with a common purpose. And so, more on that in just a second. I want to go over more on Dr. Gladys. She was a co founder of the American Holistic Medical Foundation, and again, known as the mother of holistic medicine. She pioneered dads into the delivery room because at one point they were not allowed to be in the delivery room, which is unheard of to me. She co founded the Academy of Parapsychology and Medicine in 1970. She's one of the first in medicine to use and teach acupuncture in the US and held the first medical symposium on acupuncture in the United States following President Nixon's return from his trip to China. This is amazing historical information. It's fascinating. Early supporter of the International Academy of Clinical Hypnosis that actually began in her and her former husband's living room. She's a published author of 6 books and numerous articles on holistic health. She created the first and only ARE, Association for Research and Enlightenment Clinic, based on the work of the sleeping prophet Edgar Cayce. She traveled to rural and war-torn Afghanistan when she was 85 to teach safer birthing practices to the Afghani women. She continued to be a popular national speaker, having presented countless keynote presentations and workshops in holistic health and aging, including doing more than those 250 interviews in her last 2 years before she crossed over. This is absolutely remarkable. And I want all of us to consider what I was talking about, being sovereign beings. And this is in the bigger context. So we have the gathering of eagles, but to consider what it means to be an eagle. And if you consider, we have this great river of life. This is that universal consciousness, and that we are each like a water molecule in the great river of life. And then as we join together, we create these streams in the great river of life. See, we're all moving towards that common purpose, but then we have these streams that might be more specific on focusing on healthcare, on birthing, on the art of healing, on whatever it is. But we're all together in that great river. I love that. It's just such a beautiful analogy. And I heard Glennon Doyle say something about that made me think about this river of life. But she had said, we are the river because of so many, horrible things happening in the world. And we think that we have to resist all of this, but to remember that we are the river. We are the river of life. We are that love and that light. And all we have to do is to recognize ourselves as such. And this is what, to me, it means to be this sovereign being and to recognize that eagle within you. If you recognize that within you, then you have a far greater vision. You have this access to protection and nurturing, not just for yourself, but for others. You have this giant wingspan. You have the freedom to be able to fly great heights. And you have this wisdom and power that you always have access to. And when we come together for that similar purpose, and we move together with that great river, then we can accomplish amazing things, phenomenal things. It's limitless what we can do. Friday night of the Eagles Gathering, we're going to have a talking circle, which is a really amazing thing. And that's going to be led by Dr. Patricia Stantal Clark, who is an Indigenous leader in herself. She has served over 50 years with the United Nations. She's served with the World Health Organization, the World Council of Churches, over 4 decades as a Protestant priest. She's worked with interfaith communities. She's worked with Red Road Medicine, Native American Medical, the Theological and Policy Think Tank. And on top of that, she's had her own medical practice and worked with HIV research and so forth. She will be leading the talking circle that is an idea. That first originated with the First Nations leaders. So these are Indigenous leaders, and it's a traditional talking circle. And I love the purpose of a talking circle. So the process was used to ensure that all in the tribal council were heard and not interrupted. A sacred object is passed clockwise. Whoever is holding the object has the right to speak for a couple of minutes. The circle itself is considered sacred, and our theme for the weekend will be soul medicine and the soul's journey. That is a remarkable idea. And I love that it originated with these First Nations leaders. And I think about, wow, what if we took this idea and actually adapted it to our organizations, to our families, to other groups, soul groups that we're working with, to the communities, how we each would give each person a space, a time and space that's sacred where they could be heard without being interrupted. That that idea, and Maya Angelou, um, I'm I'll have to think about the exact quote, but this idea that if we could be seen and heard and understood, 'cause just seen just as we are without question is one of the greatest gifts of all. So for someone to be able to be in the space and presence with you without any question and to be able to see you as you are is incredibly healing. And so to take a whole room of beings coming together for a similar purpose and then being given a chance to speak and being seen just as they are without any question is both healing for the individual and the group. Do you see how this is such an elevated um, a weekend, an event with the gathering of the eagles? But I like to go back and forth because I want you to see, not everyone's going to be able to attend this event, and I would love it if you could. But if you can't, then I want you to be able to take home these ideas and apply them to your own life, to your family, to your classroom, to your work, to your colleagues, to your neighborhoods, to your communities. And that very idea of a talking circle where we can each be heard and given that sacred time and space. It's so beautiful. Another concept that we will be going through over the weekend is the art of healing. And I am completely just overjoyed and honored to be a part of this, not just part of the living medicine and this whole weekend with Gladys McGarry's vision, but also I'll be working with Dr. Bernie Siegel, who's a retired surgeon and has written so many books. He's also been a pioneer in holistic health. He's talked over for decades about the mind-body connection, and he broke new ground with his monumental book, Love, Medicine, and Miracles. And he continues to impart that wisdom through about the nature of true health, love, life, and well-being. He is a New York Times bestselling author, lecturer, and founder of Exceptional Cancer Patients. And he has been named one of the top 20 spiritually influential living people on the planet by the Watkins Review. So I am completely humbled and honored to be able to speak alongside Bernie Siegel on the art of healing. And I'll also be talking more about his drawing projects. Now, if you have been to see me in my office recently, you might have been asked to draw a picture of sorts. And I might have walked you through some things. If I haven't and you would like to do that, I would be happy to, because there's so much that we can see in pictures that is in the subconscious. And when we can understand this great, vast subconscious that is a part of our being, and it's actually really more connected to our soul beings, if we can understand that, then we can access that true light of health. And so that's part of the purpose of using these drawings and art, and how to look at them and how to use them for your health, both in enhancing treatment and establishing understanding. So we will be going over that throughout the weekend, and I'll be laying out some clear, practical ways to use that and implement that for yourself personally and professionally if you're allied health professional. And then, of course, if you're in my practice, then I'm happy to go over it with you. I never get tired of looking at these drawings because each one is remarkable, and there's so much that you can see in that. And if you attend the Eagles gathering, the gathering of the Eagles this year, then you'll be able to learn and go home with practical ways to use that for yourself, both personally and professionally. We have so many ideas, and we're going to expand on what Dr. Bernie Siegel has started, and also Elizabeth Kubler-Ross and Jungian psychology. It's built on all of that foundation, and then we're going to expand and keep going and keep going. So it'll be both fun and enlightening, and rewarding, everything all at once. So I hope that you are able to join us if you can, or if you know anyone that would be interested in it, then I would love for you to click on the link below or go to foundationforlivingmedicine.org, and you can learn more about the Gathering of the Eagles. We also have scholarships available, and these are for students and residents, medical students and residents. So again, if you are one of those and are interested, please let me know, and I will direct you as to who to contact so that you can see if you can have one of those scholarships. There's so much support behind Dr. Gladys McGarey and Living Medicine, and it's remarkable to see that and to feel that. And at this time on the earth, we all really need that, to have these reminders of what it means to be alive, what exactly is living medicine. And if we can channel our energy in those directions, then we can really access more, do more, heal more. It's also keeping our vision towards where are the openings. So I saw this other post about skiing, and if you focus on all the trees or the obstructions, then you're more likely to hit a tree. But if you place your awareness more on the gaps between the trees, then you're more likely to be able to ski freely without hurting yourself. And so if you take that idea and apply it to your life too, it's like, where can we see those openings? Where can we see those gaps between the obstructions? This is the way that we can flow through life, feel more ease, and also grow in our understanding and expand in our being. And we are being asked by the universe to do that in such a big way right now, because there sure seem to be a lot of obstructions and challenges. So come join us and see how you can see those gaps, how you can see the space between that, and we can all expand more together. Because if we're those individual water molecules in the great river of life, and we come together and establish our stream within that great river of life, we are so much more smoothly sailing. And instead of being in like these turbid waters, we know who we are, we get together for a common purpose, and it's limitless what we can accomplish together. So if you have any questions on this, please let me know. I really love showing up for you all here. Just drop a note in the comments if you have any questions. I'll put a link for where you can learn more about the Gathering of the Eagles. And as always, if you'd like to connect with me further, you can on Instagram at All Worlds Health, on Facebook, All Worlds Health and Pediatrics, and on my website, allworldshealth.com. You can sign up for my e-love letters. I send them out about once a week or so on Wednesdays. And I would love to hear from you always. I love to hear where people are watching from, so that we can create this global connection and feel like we're all together in humanity on planet Earth. So lots of love to all of you. Have a beautiful rest of your week. I believe in you, and I hope that you believe in you too. Take care. Bye.